Alright, tonight I want to walk through a simple project. We are going to create two components. One will be the gate and the other will be this latch, sliding latch, and we'll create the joint between them. So I did take a couple still frames of this as well. There's the open position. There's the closed position. I'm sure you probably want a little less slop in there than that, but maybe I'm not exactly sure how the mechanism works, but let's recreate this. So I already took a couple screenshots out of here that I'm going to use in Fusion. So in Fusion 360 we're going to start a new project. We'll save this project to start with. We'll call it sliding latch. Now let's create a sketch on the ZY plane, and we're going to bring in the canvas. Of one of those screenshots I took. So it's this one. Excuse me, I'm going to go back to the beginning here. I'm going to put the canvas in before I start that first sketch. And my phone is going off here, right in front of my face. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Okay. Here's our latch drawing. Let's actually put it in there a little bigger. I could have just edited it. I don't really know how big this is, but give me a little room if I decide to scale it. It's all relative at this stage. So I'm just going to start drawing it. I'll put in constraints and whatever, but I'm not going to put in actually any measurements. Use an equals constraint on these two. I'm going to create a slot. Make the slot a little bigger so it doesn't jam up. Perfect. Looks like there's some kind of a weldment in here holding these bolts through here. I'm going to make another slot that's going to end up not being a slot but a shape to hold that. Okay, see what else we got going on here. Let's take the rectangle tool. Let's carve out the overall shape of the latch section. And it looks like there's a bar welded here that's riding on top of this rail. And then it looks like there's maybe just another bar here that's stopping on the end of this channel piece. So let's draw these in. Might as well do it half realistic. Looks like there's another piece across here. Stiffener maybe. And then we have these piece of channel, rail, rail, rail. I believe it's sliding up on top of this rail. One rail, two rail, where the channel will be. And then where this other rail will be, which I think if this is sliding on it and these, it's going to be a little bigger. I want it below these bolts anyways. Let's do it right there. Okay, I think that's all the shapes. So let's start extruding these shapes into bodies. I'm gonna finish this sketch and hit the extrude. Alright, this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece go all the way through. Actually, so do both of these. Let's do symmetrical. And I'm not caring about dimensions, I'm just kind of guesstimating. Perfect. Let's do another extrude. Bring back up those sketch number 1 again. And this time we're going to need this, 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 this. Probably a better way of selecting all these, but this is how I'm doing it. Okay, and this time I'm going to start it from object, which will be the end here. And I actually want to go back a little bit to create a those end plates in the drawing or in the video. Okay, let's do that much. I'm missing a couple of these profiles here, so let's put in that one. And what is going on here? Am I missing one? Yeah, I am right there. Okay. And instead of cut, let's join those two. Alright. That looks good. I'm going to do another extrude here. Also use that same sketch. And I'm going to suppress the body for a second. I'm going to extrude everything that's that next level higher. Those as well. Bring back up the bodies. No, let's start from there. One sec here. That's what I want. Just a little bit out from there. Join. Alright. Oh, I didn't want that extruding though. Edit. Let's get rid of that. There. No. I needed to go from object here. Oh, of course I'm having some issues here. Object. Alright, let's extrude again here. having some technical difficulties. Start from this object, which is this face. Perfect. And we just want to pull it out a bit. I had it all jumbled with so many layers, sometimes you're grabbing the wrong thing. Perfect. And actually I want to go back to objects. I want to grab these pins as well. And I don't need to grab the end of the pin, I need to grab the actual profile of the pin. There we go. Perfect. Now I need to get that done for the other side, so let's use the mirror command and see if we can just mirror those last two features. This feature and this feature. And then we're going to see if we can use the same plane as the axis. Okay. Yeah, I kept having problems with it failing with that before. So anyhow, we're going to go back to that. And instead of, we're going to go bodies, and we'll just do those last two bodies. Oops. Let's see if I can do one feature at a time. Of course, it's causing me grief right now. Feature, let's just do one feature at a time. See, it's showing me it coming up there. I don't know why it's not staying in existence. Alright. So instead of doing that, because that should work, but it's not, we're going to go back to edit feature. Instead of join, we're going to do new body. And we're going to go back to that other feature, edit. Instead of join, we're going to go new body. Okay, and then we're going to go in here and go mirror. And we're going to mirror. See what I'll do now as features instead of join. Maybe that was the kicker. This one and this one. Yeah, just doesn't want to use that. Let's go back and just mirror again. But we're going to need, instead of features, we'll go to bodies this time. Some progress. Perfect. Let's suppress the sketches in the canvas just so we can get a good idea what we've got going on here. I guess I could have mirrored those other two as well. Let's go back in here and just mirror those ends of those pins. I'm going to combine all this stuff. Oh, I didn't want to combine it? Alright, let's try this. Holy. Technical difficulties over. Why won't you combine? Oh, because I'm just... I got keep tools on there. That's why I won't combine. It is combining, but it's leaving the tools as well. So I make sure keep tools is deselected. There we go. Okay, let's get the rest of that frame done. Canvas, sketches, extrude. Let's get these rails extruded. Channel, which I'm just going to make a big fat rail. Sometimes you gotta get a better angle to select through things or hold down the mouse key. Alright. Let's go to there and then pull it back just a bit. Alright. And we'll do the same with this middle rail. Okay. Let's get this rail structure going to here. I'll back it off a little bit. Come on. Sometimes you gotta zoom in to get the finer adjustment. I want to go two sides. I want these to be overlapped a little bit. It looked like they were overlapped in that picture. There we go. And again, we'll do a join. All right. Oh, I accidentally put those all together somehow. Let's go back here. I'm thinking this last one actually joined those. Let's make that body disappear. And we'll join those. And actually, let's extrude this too. We need something to hold these on. There we go. There we go. Join. Better. All right, two bodies. That's exactly what we want. Let's get rid of this canvas here. Turn on that body. So there's canvas, sketch. All right, so we pretty much built that device. So it's this railing section and this bolt section. Let's bring up the canvas again. So there's the bolt section. Let's do a sideways view here. The bolt section, or the latch. And then the railing. As best as I can see it anyways in this drawing, it's only one dimensional. So now let's apply some joints to this. And the way we're going to do that is we got to change this to bodies first, or these bodies to components first. Okay. And now these are components. Now what we want to do is we want to go into assemble and as built. And we're going to do this and this. So we're selecting the two components we want as built, and then it's asking what kind of motion. And as we drag around, it gives us different examples of motion we could do. Up and down motion, slide this way motion. What do we want to do, right? Rotate, slide. So we want slide, right? It'll automatically. So and it actually says slider over here. You can put it in ahead of time, but if I go like this, there we go. And it's using that line as a slider point. Perfect. Or I could actually, let's go deselect that. Let's do something longer. I just want to go right end to end. That's longer right there. Okay. Perfect. And it overshoots, which is exactly what we want. Now, if I grab this thing, I cannot move it. Oh, of course. I need some kind of hole in here. Let me combine these two. Cut. Keep tools. Yes. Alright. Now. No, you're not going to let me move it. There we go. I should just be able to grab and drag it, but... So, we don't want it to do that. We want it to hit what they call contact points. So, if we go into here, there's enable all contact. So, all contact between those two components, it'll stop on. And we're enabling that. Now, when we activate the slider, it should probably, oh no, it doesn't crash. Of course it doesn't. Bear with me. Let's go back to components. And now we're going to do an as-built joint between this and this. I want it to go the whole length of it. Sometimes it works just amazing. Sometimes it doesn't. There's going to be some dumb thing that's you never considered. Yeah, like these two jammed up is what it's going to be. Cut. Now let's do that joint. Okay. Now let's enable. Can I move that? Oh, it's because this is the grounded one. Let's ground the other one. That's what's... I had it right, but I was sliding the wrong thing because it grounded the latch instead of the bars. Okay, let's unground from parent, and then we're going to ground this one. There we go. So it doesn't just goes right through that stuff. But now if we go up to assembly and go enable contact set or enable all contact, when we go and try to do that, it hits. So, whew. Well, that was awkward. Let's so what I ended up doing is it automatically grounds the first component you select when I did that as built joint, and it selected the latch. So when I grabbed the latch to try to slide it, it wouldn't move because it was the grounded component. So we both learned something today. Something to watch for anyways. But yeah, there's the joint, and I'll post that in the forum. It's just that as-built joint. One of the important things, again, and let's go back to edit that joint, was when we were selecting, it was bringing up this icon for slider. Yeah. It actually doesn't hit the end here because the first point the contacts is the tangent point off this. What's interesting too is we could actually bring up the sketch right now and we could move stuff around if we wanted. No, it screwed up though. Right there, I think it screwed it up when I did that. Yeah, still works. So you can do minor changes without breaking the model just by dragging around the sketches in this environment. I wanted this a little bit further back. You can grab that and drag it, have a little bit more range of motion. What's hitting? Oh, it's hitting the end of the slot now. Yeah, if I wanted this end pad a little bit thicker, I could drag that this way. It's kind of nice about not defining stuff. I know they always say define sketches, but in a sense, if you define a sketch by constraints, then you get to the point where you can drag it around, so it becomes a little bit more organic to use, which is nice. There we go. Still, it's kind of neat to see how far you can go before it breaks sometimes. Let's suppress those sketches. I will post this whole drawing though to the forum, and yeah, sorry about the clumsiness there in the middle. You gotta watch for those two different things. One, that there isn't two components binding, like when I did this combine. So before I did that combine cut, you can see here these two joints, or these two components, are actually hitting each other. So when you enable all contacts, they're just bound together, so you're not going to get any slide out of it. So you got to watch for that. And a way you can kind of, I guess, cheat that or whatever is use the combine tool and go and make sure you keep tools, and it'll chop anything that's interfering at that time, and then it might get your slider working or whatever component you got going on. Okay, I'll cancel that actually. Let's go back to the end. Alright, I will save that and post that. Hopefully that helped out. Take care.